Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking closely at that Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad game, match 33.
Yeah, the one at the Wankhede. MI got there in the end, 4 wickets, but it wasn't exactly straightforward, was it?
Not at all. And we've got a bunch of different reports and viewpoints here, so the plan is to really, dig into what shapes this result.
Definitely, because the setup was fascinating. You had SRH, who've been, well, blasting massive scores all season that chase against Punjab, for instance.
Right, to 145.
Exactly. And then MI, who were sort of finding their feet looking for back-to-back wins.
So the big question beforehand was, could SRH's power just overwhelm MI's bowlers?
Uh-huh. But right from the start, things didn't, quote, go to the SRH script.
No, they were surprisingly quiet early on. I mean, MI even dropped a couple of catches, didn't they?
They did. Will Jacks dropped Abhishek Sharma, and Karn Sharma missed Travis Head. Pretty big moments, potentially.
You'd think so, but SRH only managed, 46 in the power play? With no wickets down?
Which is, low by their standards. It felt like MI had a specific plan for Travis Head and Sharma.
Containment, maybe? Using the pitch?
I think so. Those dropped catches aside, the MI bowlers, especially the slower ones like Jacks, seemed to use that slightly sticky Wankhede surface quite well.
Yeah, they weren't just getting those easy boundaries, which kind of leads into their middle overs, doesn't it? That's where it really slowed down for SRH.
Massively.
Yeah.
Between over 7 and 15, they scored just 59 runs and lost 3 wickets.
A run rate under 7, that's not SRH usually.
Not at all. And MI kept chipping away. Hardik Pandya got Abhishek Sharma for 40 off 28, which looked okay, but wasn't explosive.
And Will Jacks, again, clever bowling, got Zeeshan Ansari pretty cheaply.
Right. And then the Travis Head situation. He got that life, the no ball from Hardik overstepping.
Yes, the no ball. Huge moment, you'd think.
You'd think he'd cash in, but
right.
No. He couldn't really get going. Jacks got him, too, eventually. 28 off 29 balls. Very unlike Head this season.
Shows how effective MI's plan was, maybe? Or just the pitch?
Probably a bit of both. Even Klaasen struggled. Heinrich Klaasen, arguably their most dangerous hitter.
He did. It was quite something to see him tied down initially. He did hit their first 6, but when was that? Like the 18th over?
Yeah, deep into the innings. Off Deepak Chahar. Unbelievable for this SRH lineup, really.
And just as he looked like he might, finally cut loose.
Bumrah. That's what he does. Cleaned him up with one of those fast, low, full tosses in the 19th over.
Yeah.
Just brilliant death bowling.
Totally shut the door on a massive finish. Although, credit to Anikit Verma and Cummins.
Yeah, they managed 3 sixes in that last over off Hardik. Gave the score a bit of respectability.
Pushed them up to 162 for 5. But still, you felt it was maybe under par, considering their batting strength, even on that pitch.
Definitely vulnerable. They looked, reliant on those really flat tracks. No sixes until the 18th over tells you a lot.
Right. So 162 to chase. How did MI go about it?
Confidently, to start, Rohit Sharma came out swinging.
Oh, yeah, that was a classic Rohit cameo. 26 off 16, 3 sixes in there. Looked really good.
He did. Set the tone. Shame he got out when he did. Maybe a bit disappointing. But MI were still well-placed, 55 for 1 after the power play.
Solid start. And then we had that moment. The Rickelton wicket. Or non-wicket.
Yes, the controversy. So Ryan Rickelton, he's given out, caught behind off. Malinga, the reports say. Zeeshan Malinga.
But then it's overturned. No ball. But not for the bowler overstepping.
No, this was the keeper, Klaasen. His gloves were just fractionally in front of the stumps before the ball arrived. Law 27.3, apparently.
Wow, you don't see that often. Keeper has to be fully behind.
Exactly. And it sparked quite a bit of chat online, didn't it? I saw Varun Chakravarthi tweeted about it.
Oh, what did he say?
Question whether it should be a no ball.
Yeah.
Suggested maybe a dead ball and a warning instead. Is it fair on the bowler when it's the keeper's mistake?
Interesting point. It feels like a technicality, but rules are rules, I guess. Though it didn't save Rickelton for long.
No, he was out next over anyway. Harshal Patel got him for 31 off 23. But MI, they really navigated those middle overs much better than SRH did.
Yeah, their run rate was way healthier. 82 for 3 between over 7 and 15. That's over 9 and over.
Big difference. And that partnership between Will Jacks and Suryakumar Yadav was crucial. They just kept the scoreboard ticking, finding boundaries.
Jacks continuing his great game and SKY doing what SKY does. Looked like they were cruising.
It did feel that way.
Yeah.
Until Pat Cummins decided to step up.
The skipper. He almost turned it back around, didn't he?
Almost. Brilliant spell. Got SKY, then got Jackson his next over. Suddenly, from cruising, MI were looking a bit shaky. Cummins finished with 3 for 26. excellent figures.
He really dragged SRH back into it, and it got properly tense at the end. Right?
Extremely tense. MI needed just 2 runs, scores level, and then Malinga bowls the 18th.
And gets Hardik Pandya and Nemanveer both out with the scores tied.
Incredible drama. You start thinking, could SRH actually pull this off?
But then Tilak Varma, very cool head, first ball the next over.
Yep, boundary, job done, sealed the win. A bit closer than it maybe should have been, but they got the points.
And Will Jacks, deservedly player of the match. His bowling figures, 2 for 14, plus that 36 with the bat. Huge impact.
Absolutely. A proper all-round performance. So, looking back, what are the big takeaways here?
Well, for me, MI's bowling tactics were spot on for that pitch. Change of pace, Yorkers. Hardik mentioned their plan afterwards.
Yeah, bowling smarter, not just harder. And Jacks, his off-spin against those SRH lefties was key. He read the conditions perfectly.
Definitely. On the flip side, SRH, they just didn't adapt, did they? That contrast with the Punjab game was stark.
It really was. Vittori, their coach, has apparently talked about needing to find ways to win on different surfaces. This game highlighted that vulnerability.
That middle overs phase for both teams really decided it, didn't it? MI won that phase comfortably.
They did. And SRH's bowling, take Cummins out. It looked a bit thin again. Shami hasn't quite made that big impact yet.
So for MI, that's 2 wins in a row now. Maybe, just maybe, they're building some real momentum, turning their season.
Could be. They needed that. For SRH, though, it's more pressure. They need to bounce back fast, find that consistency, especially away from flat tracks. Time's ticking for those playoff spots.
Right. So, quick summary. MI smart bowling, Japs being the star, SRH struggling on a tricky pitch, that weird no ball, and a nervy finish. Quite the match.
Definitely significant for both teams' campaigns as we head deeper into the season. Every result counts now.
Leaves you thinking, though, doesn't it? How do teams like SRH, built for power, adjust when conditions aren't perfect? And is this MI momentum sustainable? What does this game really tell us about adaptability in T20 cricket?
Good questions to ponder. Plenty to chew on from this one.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have time for on this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.